Alright, y'all, what's up? Welcome to Toy Pulse. Today we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Wave 4 Flint. Okay, Flint comes in the standard G.I. Joe Classified packaging. Like all the other G.I. Joe Classified packages, his artwork is featured by different artists. In this case, it's Rich Kelly, who you may or may not know from, he does a lot of movie illustration stuff. I recognize him most from the Penguin Random House Star Wars Thrawn trilogy covers he did. But yeah, it's good art. It's good likeness of Flint. So right off the bat, the paintwork on Flint is excellent. They definitely toned down the kind of gold, blue, neonish sci-fi stuff from the earlier Wave 1 figures, like on Duke. Flint also shares Duke's upper body. They got the same shirt, sleeves, gloves, and all that kind of stuff. The belt and the chest piece are all sculpted especially for him. He's got the comm unit thing, whatever that is, working on him. The paint on the chest is really good. They got the nice little gold trim on the shotgun shells. The only time I really see any kind of missing paint apps that stand out is on the belt, and it looks like the little shells or whatever that is there isn't painted, and that's fine. It's very minor, but other than that, it's painted really well. They didn't really skimp on anything. Back is also fully painted, which is great. Actually, the watch is a little bland too, but I'll let that live. That's not a big deal to me at all. The highlight of this thing, I think, is really the face sculpt. Face sculpt on this is really excellent. There you go. A nice scar running down his face. The paintwork too on the haircut, his hat fits in really well, but I really like the paintwork on the back of his hair. Focus. There we go. Yeah, that is a really excellent paintwork there. Really like the hair. This looks really good. I initially thought his head was a bit too misshapen. Kind of has like a Sylvester Stallone look a little bit to him, but it looks really good. The promo pics, I don't think it really does it justice. When you get it in hand, it looks a lot better. I think my only really gripe with the paintwork is on the neck, and I don't know how much it shows up on camera, but the neck and the face are all the same skin tone, but when you get to the chest piece, it's like this flatter, it looks like they just casted the chest in black and then tried to paint over it, but it just looks like an entirely different like part of his body. Like it I don't know, the skin tone just doesn't match. You can kind of almost see a little bit of the black kind of underneath, and it just looks off. It's not too big of a deal, but it's definitely my biggest gripe with the whole figure. The logo on his beret is also really well done. Kind of Special Forces logo, which not kind of focusing right at all. No. There we go. But yeah, it's really well done, really clean. Yeah, the beret just... I don't have the Beachhead beret in front of me. I can't seem to find mine, so I don't know if it is the same sculpt. I imagine it probably is. It just has a different thing on it, but it might not be. They really haven't reused as many parts in this line as they thought they would have, but as far as accessories, Duke just fell over. As far as accessories, he comes with his shotgun, which is painted pretty well. Again, they're kind of moving away from the sort of sci-fi space weapons, and this one, thankfully, actually has, it's not just molded in one color. They actually got some paint apps on the shells and on the pump, which I don't know what it is about this gun. I think it's because it's like a flat square. It's just something about it looks off. I don't know. It looks good in his hand, but in his back holster, which is really cool. And another cool thing is that it you can pop it open. I don't think these shells come out. Yeah, the shells don't come out at all, but if you have a shell somewhere, you can. None of these come out though. But yeah, that's a nice little touch. It's got the break action, so you can reload it, undo reloading animations. That's always a really cool touch. And then he has his little pistol, which I don't think this is also used from another figure in this line. It may be one of the Cobra Island figures, I'm not sure. It doesn't look familiar, but just molded in all gray black plastic, and it's fine. Just a nice little pistol. Yeah, looks good holding it. As far as articulation, it's pretty much what we come to expect from this line. Again, because he shares the body with Duke, for the most part, it's going to match all of that. He actually shares most of his body parts with Duke, with the exception of a couple of minor things, but he's got a nice ball jointed head, looks up and down, got a really nice range of motion on there, which is good. Ball jointed shoulders, elbows. He does have a wrist swivel on his hands, and it works better on the right hand than the left, but it does have an ab crunch, but this vest is so thick and heavy, you're not really going to get much out of it. Kind of do it. I'm not going to mess with it too much, but this also doesn't, like the other kind of vest, doesn't like you get it off without really cutting it or something, without too much, you'd have to really kind of work at it. It's not going to come off easily, so I'm not going to mess with it, but I'm sure some customizer will do something cool with it. He's all got the butterfly joints in the arms, which is nice. The great waist swivel, which I love. Belt is nice. Separate piece from the pants and the other vest, which is cool. It doesn't really hinder anything. The drop down legs. All that kind of standard stuff, you know, from this line. As far as scale, he lines up exactly with Duke. Here he is next to Beachhead. About the same height. I'm not sure the height differences between them in the fiction, but so it seems like they're doing kind of three basic scales for this line. You get the kind of average, smaller, and then the large guys like Roadblock. Here he is next to Roadblock. Scales very nicely with them. Here he is next to the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Supreme Cobra Commander. He does not want to stand up on his own. Yeah, he does not want to stand up. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Sunfire Age of Apocalypse variant. Here he is next to the Jazzwares Master Chief. Definitely, that thing definitely dwarfs any of the classified figures. Here he is next to the Masters of the Universe Origins Triclops. And just for fun, here he is next to Grogu. One thing that's pretty cool, though it takes a little bit of force, is you can pop his head on a Cobra Trooper figure, and you can kind of recreate the scene from the animated series where he puts on the Cobra uniform. The peg doesn't quite fit, so I had to really kind of jam it on there, but something neat you can do. Totally works. Overall, honestly, Flint is a really great addition to the classified line. I think the availability thing of just this line in general has really kind of soured me on it. It's just really absurd that it's been this hard to find stuff, but the individual figures are honestly really great, and Flint is sort of a must-have for any G.I. Joe collection. He's definitely one of my favorite figures, and I think a lot of people are going to be really glad to have him in hand. I don't really have any complaints about it. I mean, it's a solid figure. A couple more accessories have been nice, but I think what's here is really well done, and I'd rather have a figure that's mostly well painted, that comes with some nicely painted accessories, and a bunch of just kind of stuff that I'm going to throw in a parts bin and never look at again. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you are going to grab Flint, if he looks like your cup of tea. I'm definitely looking forward to getting Lady J and seeing how he pairs up with her, but other than that, give me a like and a subscribe, and until then, see ya!